What's up, guys? This is Cloud7470 here, bringing you another video. It's been a long time. I hope you all had a happy holiday season, whether it was Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. And it's the new year now, and that means new Yu-Gi-Ohs, you know? So, it's been the off season for the holidays, so there's not been much going on, nothing to do really. So I really got out of it for a bit, but I am now getting back in, and I will be at Cleveland Regionals, the ARG Regionals, January 19th, I believe. So come say hi, and by that time, you should know that by then the season's going to start up again. Definitely, because the week after that we are getting the new set Cosmo Blazer, bringing in all the fire now. First we get water, now we're getting fire. Awesome. So be ready for that. But if you do not have, if you do have a tournament before the week of January 26th, I believe, then you should know on where we are now with the current format and how it's all going. There's three decks dominating this format right now before the fire comes in, because I don't know how they're going to do. I think they're awesome, but I don't know. But anyway, three main decks right now dominating the format. Number one, still windups. Windups are still the best, hands down. They have the most consistent, most possible plays, either early game, mid game, late game. No matter what, they've got to play, unless they get clogged. But that happens with every deck. So, but they're still the best. They still have OTK potential. They can still shock lock you. They're just too good. Number two is still water. Water is amazing. It's getting more support, believe it or not, in the fire pack. Cosmo Blazer is giving them more support, so it's only going to get better. And the number three deck right now, I think, is Rabbit, Dino Rabbit, Macro Rabbit, whatever you want to call it. It's made its comeback because of water, but it's still really good. You turn one Logia, set 4 back row, it's just scoop. You're not going to win unless you have a better play, but that's not going to happen. Like, it's really hard to come back from that. So, cards you should be using, or at least looking into, to deal with these three decks. It's really tough because you want to make good tech choices, but you don't want to go crazy. And you don't want to just be like, oh, this card sounds awesome, but it's overly thinking things. Simplicity is key when it comes to deck building. The way to do, you just don't try and add too many techs to it. One or two here and there, that's fine, but don't throw in like 6 techs because you have a bad matchup against Dino Rabbit. But in the side deck, nonetheless, be sure to have cards ready for matches you're going to see, but most importantly, your worst matchups. That's what you should be side decking for, right? So, one card that I see making a comeback right now is this guy, the Snowman. Mainly because it's wintertime. There's snow on the ground outside my house. I hate it. No, just kidding. But he is coming back, I feel like. And that is because Rabbit has come back. This card is so good against Rabbit. They don't know what to do. Not only against Rabbit is good, but it's good against anything. And a lot of people have been telling me to play Raikou instead. But I don't want to mill cards that are going to be useful against me. This is just way better. I dropped my card. But because of Rabbit, this guy's coming back, I feel like. It's just as good as Raikou, except you can't hit back row. But he's got a huge defense at 1900. Gets rid of Thunder King. Gets rid of really tough monsters. I really like it in the against the rabbit matchup, against the water matchup, against Asians, Dark Worlds, everything. This card is just the nuts. It's a little, of course, it's slow, but it's so good. Like this, I feel like he's making a comeback for sure. Another card I see making a comeback, not really to combat decks, but to just shock them, and uh, it's more of a tech choice. Is this card here, the Hunter? The Wind-Up Hunter is being played again in wind-ups. I've seen it in multiple deck profiles. I had it happen to me at Columbus. It was bad. This guy is really nuts still. You wouldn't think so with Zen Matey at 1. He can still loop you for at least 2 to 3 cards, mid-game, late game. It's ridiculous. So I see wind-up players starting to play him again. So just be ready to combat this. Another card I've been seeing people try, at least, Doom Caliber Knight. Good in theory, I think. I don't know how I feel about that, but I mean, it makes sense because it just stops everything, but it hurts you too, and it's people will just use their Veiler or their Max C to get rid of it. But yeah, that's good. You get rid of their hand trap, but I just feel like it's gonna hurt you too. So I would only play that in like 1 or 2 decks, maybe. Definitely wouldn't play it in like windups or water or dark worlds or anything like that. But a lot of players are just starting to play. You know, their Rabbit got reprinted, so they're definitely playing that now. I definitely built it, got it right here. So I mean, it's very good to have. It's a great deck still, but you gotta just know how to beat it. And it's Rabbit is Rabbit. You just play it the same way you did always. You play against it the way you always have. You play Snowman Eaters. You play Spirit Reapers. Dimensional Prison is awesome. Fiendish Chain has made a huge comeback for it. I am loving Fiendish Chain right now. It's the best thing ever. Just they go Logia, you summon, they negate, you chain, Fiendish Chain, doesn't happen, they lose their materials. It's awesome. Fiendish Chain is just like the best card ever right now. And that brings me to this card, Compulse. I'm finding this card to be amazing still, but lackluster of what it used to be. It's really nice to just, you know, bounce back an Xseed or a Synchro, bounce back a troublesome monster, but for some, like, it just doesn't work for me. I much prefer Fiendish Chain. I still play Compulse, but Fiendish Chain works a lot better for me. And with Compulse, it seems like no matter what I hit with it, it's coming back next turn. Even if I hit a Dolka, or one thing it is really good for though is to force a Logia negation. But I think that's it. I can't find any. Oh, actually no, I did want to talk about one other card. I made a video on this early in the format, and I still feel the same way about it, but I see a lot of people changing their minds, and that is Book of Moon. I've seen a lot of players bringing back this card too, along with Snowman Eater, for the Rabbit matchup specifically. And one reason I think of this is because of Geargia's gone. Because it's not a dead card anymore. With Geargia, it was kind of a dead card. You didn't want to hit that stuff. But I still don't like it. I feel like it's just okay. It's still an amazing card though, but just the way the format is right now, it's just okay. But a lot of people are playing this again, I've noticed, so be prepared for it, and don't be surprised when you get hit with Book of Moon in January 2013. Also, don't be surprised if Hunter, because that will piss you off. Anyway, that's my rant. Make sure to comment below on your thoughts of the current format. Make sure you hit the subscribe button all over the place somewhere up here. And like this video if you would like to. I would love it if you did. Oh, and one more thing. If you're going to be in the Cleveland, Ohio area around January 19th or so, maybe you should stop by to the regional at the Wolstein Center. Come say hi to me. Come say hi to my friends. We would gladly take your monies. Just kidding. We wouldn't do that. Some of them would. I wouldn't. Okay. But come say hi. Of course, as always, I will be the player in the Ash Ketchum hat. One of them. But I will gladly like to meet you. So, once again, comment, like, subscribe, go to Cleveland on January 19th. And thanks, guys.